Howdy folks, welcome back to yet another Britgrid intermediate blender class, and today we'll be carrying on making daisies, so that's a fun thing. So you can see that we've already made some petals. Be nice to make a few variations of this, perhaps one with a daisy head with flatter, kind of more open petals, maybe one that's more closed up. So we can do that. And in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate that. Shift D, I believe, does that. Just move that out of the way so we can see what we're doing. And the wonderful thing about what we're doing is it's relatively easy to do. So we can go back into object mode, edit mode rather, and what I want to do is just select that one petal. I think I'm going to split that away from the rest of the mesh. So do mesh, we'll do separate by selection. Oh, and we've also got the rest of our bits down there selected, so we didn't really want that. So let's go back into edit mode, make sure we've got it selected, and we'll select that, and we'll split that out as well. We can put it back in later. So mesh, split by, separate rather by selection. And what we want to do now is we want to, I think we probably want to split out the middle as well. So let's select the middle. And we'll also split that out, separate it out by selection. So hopefully those bits should be, so we don't actually need these petals because we're going to change that, so we can delete them. So let's just get rid of them. And what I'm going to do is just edit these petals. So let's do a more closed daisy. And to do that, we can, I think probably the best way to do it is just select some of these edges. Just going to move those, and oops a daisy. So we'll just double that one. Right. Oh, gotta be careful when you're selecting things. And we can just move those. Okay, I think we've messed that up a bit. Maybe not too bad. And we'll worry about the centre of the flower later. And in fact, I'm tempted to hide that. So we don't really want to see these bits, so we can hide that. So what we want to do is maybe rotate that. So let's give it a go. It doesn't seem to be okay. I was going to say it doesn't seem to be pointing along the x-axis, so I'm going to rotate that around the 3D cursor just so that we've got it roughly in the right place. And now we can rotate that something like that. Might need to bring it down a bit. Let's do medium point. I think we've got a bit of weirdness going on there, so let's try and correct that. Gotta try and make sure things don't get bent out of shape. It all starts looking a bit weird. It's gonna bug me now. Okay. I'm tempted to make it smaller, so we could scale that to the 3D cursor. And I might scale it on the y-axis as well, just a little bit, and then in object mode apply the rotations, translations, bloody blah. So we could try another modifier. We'll try another array modifier. Basically we're going to do exactly the same thing, take it off relative offset, put it onto object offset, choose the empty, smack the count up to 24, and we can try and rotate on that on Z. Pressing down on control, and okay, that's not too bad. It still looks a bit, petals still look a bit fat and a bit tall, so let's go into edit mode. We can still scale that. See, that's, I don't know why it does that. It seems to select the second one we do, so I'm just going to rotate that. Rotate. So I'm going to scale that on the y-axis. And I think I need to scale it on the z-axis. Y-axis, so it's just a case of playing around with it. Yeah, I'm not too upset about that. That looks kind of okay, I think. So let's show hidden. So object, show hidden objects. Could have done Alt H, but well, we didn't. So let's do some scaling on our central bit, because you can see that's a bit too big now, so we're just going to scale that down, pop it up a bit, so it's roughly in the right place, and this bit's a bit too big as well, so we can scale that down. Maybe a touch more. And if we go into edit mode, we can select all of those edges on it. Let's go into wireframe. And Don't know how successful this is going to be, but not tremendously successful. Okay. Well, I suppose I'm just going to press my period key so that it's centered the view on that bit. Okay. Let's unselect them all. We'll try a different technique. Let's press the C key. And we'll just run around the outside. Notice we're only selecting vertices that are part of that object. And we just need to move those up. Maybe a little bit more. And I think I need to move them down. It's a bit tall. And then we need to scale that, but not on the Z. So let's see if we can do that. How are we looking there? Yeah, we're not looking too badly. It doesn't matter if there's a few little gaps. Let's go L. Scale it down just a little bit more. And we could scale that centre down just a little bit more as well. Can we drop that down? What's that looking like? Oh, look at that. That's moved a little bit. Okay, let's scale that up because it's not quite right. It's just off a little bit. How does that look? We could scale that up a little bit. Maybe move it up a bit. I think those petals are still a bit too big. Luckily we haven't applied the modifier yet. So I think I'm just gonna, from the 3D cursor, I'm gonna scale that down on maybe the Z axis. Z. Yeah, I think I'm probably happy with that. Okay, so we can apply that modifier. We can join all the bits back together. So select them all. Object join. And that's made another daisy head. Perhaps I will be a little bit small, so we can scale that up a bit. It's not a problem. Maybe more, something like that. And we can move that out the way. So that's another daisy head we've done. And I am wary of the time getting on, so I think what I'll do is I will call it a day for this little bit of our daisy making, and thank you all for watching, and ask you to keep your eye on the Blender channels on YouTube and like and subscribe. Take care and see you again next time. Bye for now.